Hello all of my loyal Splurge heads, it's me, your favourite indie game developer, Mr. Splurge. As you probably saw in the title of the video and possibly also the thumbnail, this is the first of hopefully many devlogs that I'm going to be posting on this channel, where I go over the development process for Splurge and show off some of the new features I'm going to be adding into the next updates. This is just for those who are interested in just how I make stuff, people that want to make fun of me, that's encouraged, please go do that. And also don't forget to go buy Splurge, it's out now on Steam, it's like $3. Link is in the description, please, please, I beg you, please, please. So yeah, this first video is going to be covering the new Mega Splurge map, one of the 3 maps that's coming in the next update. This is basically just a normal Splurge map, but we have the middle 4x4 area taken out, and we'll replace that with just one giant tile. And just before I get into it, I'm a bit sick right now, I'm getting better, but my voice might still be a bit weird, so just bear with that. First of all, what we're going to be doing is overriding the class for the game tile, which is just all the tiles that make up the board of Splurge. We're just going to be overriding this class so we can reuse a bunch of the code that I've already written. What I'm doing here is I'm just increasing the size of all the renderers because obviously we're scaling it up, so we don't want to use the same small renderers that the normal tiles use, we want to use much bigger ones. What we also need to do is change how the individual cells are rendered. Cells are basically just the little grey squares on the tiles that used to show how much progress it has. For each point of progress, one cell gets coloured in, and then when all of them are filled in, the tile splurges. So we need to change that because obviously we have 16 of them instead of the usual 4, so we're going to need to do some changes there. For the design of the tile, I decided to just do a scaled up version of the tiles that are currently in the game. I thought that looked a lot nicer, it blended in well. If you've seen my previous Splurge video, you would have seen the design that I used there to show the feature. And it was pretty ugly, so I needed to change that. Booting up the game, we can see that the tile is there and we can hover over it, but obviously it looks completely wrong. Everything's just misaligned. The middle part's not scaled up, and all of the cells are just bunched together in the wrong spot. We can hover over it, but when we click on it, the game crashes, so we're going to need to fix that. The reason the game crashed was because of how the game stores tiles. It stores them in a 2D array where each row and each column represents rows and columns on the actual map. Tile is not technically a part of any row or column, it's not part of the array, and so when the game tries to do anything with it, it just freaks out and closes down. So that's a quick fix, we can just go through bits of our code and change that up. Now that that's fixed, I'll show you some other attempts at me trying to fix the shape of it. Here's one where the cells were more in the right spot, but they're still bunched up, and here's one that I probably shouldn't show, so I'm gonna blur that one. But yeah, after a few attempts, I finally got the tile to render correctly and got everything in the right spot. Now I need to make sure that the tile is coloured correctly. Since I'm overriding the game tile class, which already handles all of the colouring, there's nothing wrong there. I do want to change the order that the cells light up in. However, right now there's a problem where adding any more than 4 progress doesn't actually do anything. It's just locked at the original 4. Eventually I found the issue, which was just I got I and J confused. So, yeah. Now that that's fixed, all the cells light up, but when the tile splurges, everything just goes wrong because obviously I haven't coded that yet. Now onto properly animating the splurge. I've opened up paint.net because for some reason I thought it'd be a great idea to start using trigonometry. While recording this, I now realized that I really did not need to do any of that. But in the video, I'm using trigonometry to find the angle at which each of the cells need to fly out at. So I do some complicated maths and put in the side lengths of the triangle to figure out what angle I'm going to need for each of these. Just look at the top 4. Since it's symmetrical, I only need to do 2, and then I can just flip the values for the other 2. And then for those 4 values, I can just rotate them for all 16 of them, so I don't have to do that like a million times. And I've done it completely wrong. Everything is flying off in random directions. It took me way too long to figure out what the problem was, but it was because I had started counting from 1 instead of 0. How things in arrays are stored, it starts from 0 and counts up, it doesn't start at 1. So when I was coding it, I was assuming that it was going 1, 2, 3, 4 when it's actually going 0, 1, 2, 3. So basically, to sum up, I'm a complete idiot and I should not be making games. The last thing I gotta do is rotate it for each of the 4 sides. This took me roughly 15 minutes of just messing around mindlessly until I eventually got it working, as you can see here. All in all, the animation took me over an hour to make, which is pretty bad. And that's just the animation. The tile isn't actually functional yet. It doesn't interact with other tiles, which is what we're going to get onto now. I'm just going to explain quickly how tiles work. Every tile stores references to every adjacent tile, so that when it splurges, it instantly knows which tiles it needs to update. We're going to start off by doing a check to see if the tile is next to the center 4x4 area of the map. And obviously we're going to make sure that we're actually on the mega map first. By the way, please ignore my code. It's really messy, I know. I'll fix it right now, I promise. If the tile passes the check, then the mega tile gets added as a reference, so that when that tile splurges, it adds progress to the mega tile. Now we can just do a simple check to see if that tile contains the mega tile in its list of adjacent tiles. If it does, we do the reverse and add it as a reference to the mega tile itself. As you can see here, there's some weird stuff happening, and once again, it's a simple error caused by me not being able to code, so you're welcome. That was another 15 minutes of my life knocked off trying to find the source of that error. But eventually we got it working. As you can see, we have a big tile that splurges into the adjacent 16 tiles, is animated well. I'm probably going to change it slightly just to make it look a bit nicer. Finally, I'm going to properly add the mega map to the list of maps in the lobby selection menu, and I'll give it its own custom image as well. But yeah, that's about it for this video. I just wanted to make a quick little video where I recorded myself coding and messing around and messing up, and then upload it to you guys so you know that I'm actually doing what I'm meant to be doing. There should be 2 more devlogs that come out before the next update, and they'll just be for the 2 other maps, the maze map and the other one, which I'll wait until the next devlog comes out to mention that one. But yeah, go buy Splurge, please, supports me, and yeah, thanks for watching.